Swear I don't go into conversations with my friends trying to burst their bubbles. I really don't look for the opportunity, but they seem to happen. A couple of years ago, a friend and I went for like a 3-day weekend to Tennessee to this like mountain spa resort thing. Been to Tennessee like 3, 4 times. Absolutely beautiful. My uterus and I will not be back anymore, but otherwise, beautiful state. Terrible politics. Anywho, we call each other. We were catching up. I'm folding laundry. She's folding laundry. It's like something we do Sunday mornings to just, every once in a while catch up with each other. We don't see each other all that often. She's telling me all about these like YouTube families she follows. Like her new obsession is following all these families. Like, okay, it's been a while, but like she updates me on all their whatever, and I was like, okay. Like, oh, I caught up on the series. They're moving from California to Tennessee with their kids to build a house, blah blah blah. Oh, and the house is gonna be right by that place we went to the spa. So like, oh my god, I'm so jealous. It's gonna be so pretty. And I was like, back up. They're family vloggers? She's like, yeah. And I was like, do they work? They're like, no, they vlog. Like that's their business. I was like, and they're moving from California to Tennessee. She's like, yeah, they started a couple months ago. And I was like, you need to stop following them. She's like, why? I was like, they have no reason to leave California but California's new law that went into effect January 1st. Those parents are not interested in their like kids' future. Stop following them. She's like, what do you mean? I was like, well, California passed a law back in 2024 at some point that family vloggers in California had to set up a trust for their kids. And like a portion of the profits from their vlogging of their family has to be put in a trust for these kids, like a Kuchen law, essentially. You're filming these kids essentially from birth, in some cases intentionally getting pregnant in order to create content to turn into family vlogging family. These kids have no say in it, and most of them are never compensated for it. Like the first 18 years of your life are filmed, and your parents make all the money off of it. Anywho, any family, any vlogging family that you see leaving California for any other state, know that they're trying to avoid having to set up a trust for their kids. Those are not families you should be following on social media. And it turned into this whole conversation. She's like, what do you mean? It's like, what do you mean? What do I mean? There was this whole scandal about John and Kate plus 8 that she had spent their trust money, although there was never, like, I don't know what happened with that. But I was like, the Duggar family has come out and said that Jim Bob makes like all the money and they make nothing. All those years of filming, all the spin-offs, like they get basically pennies. Jim Bob to this day makes almost all the Duggar money. She's like, you can't be serious. I'm like, I can be serious. California is the only state that even tried to do something, and what happened? California family bloggers moved out of state. It tells you everything you need to know about them as content creators. Like, but they must pay. No. Reality TV like TLC goes in and signs contracts with the parents. The parents are the legal guardians of the kids, but they don't push for how that money is distributed. I mean, we know psychologically those reality TV shows like break people down and cause irreparable harm. We also know they do full background checks. So the dad from Duck Dynasty they knew all the issues on all these others. Part of what they're looking for, like the Andy Cohen Real Housewives of whatever, they're looking for people who have issues. They've run their bank numbers. They have at least a sneaking suspicion of like what's going to happen. Not only are you not going to get back onto the next season unless you're dramatic and blow up your life, they also know like psychologically you're shaky. They don't choose well-balanced people for reality television. And just look at all the lawsuits from all those, like, dating shows. People have come out and said they, like, deprive us of sleep. They won't let us go to bed unless we, like, give them a juicy confessional. They kind of withhold food, but provide us endless amounts of booze. You're definitely inebriated at work, and they're doing it on purpose. I was like, back to these family bloggers. They make all the money. Their kids have zero say in being on camera. The first like kids who were overexposed or exposed on Facebook and Instagram, they're all 18 plus now. They have been suing their parents for years now. Like, I never gave consent to, like, let my naked baby hiney be on TV. Especially in Utah, there's all that family content. Just know those parents have no responsibility to put any of that money into a college fund or a future savings program. Kids are in no way protected. And especially to like family vloggers, there's no work hours, there's no work regulations, there's no workplace safety. The family's pulling in millions, not the kids. Well, the parents pay for the kids. Yeah, that's a parent's job. Like, let's not give them a pass. That's literally what you're supposed to do. But when you bring in millions and you don't split it at least somewhat equally with all the people who are the reason you're bringing in millions, that's not the kind of wholesome content you think. And now there's that documentary about the Ruby woman out of Utah depriving her kids of food and water. There are still people that defend her as a good mom. I saw clips of the documentary and I'm not going to watch it because the dad manages to totally downplay his part in that. Your wife is sprinkling cayenne pepper into band-aids and putting them on your kids' open wounds. If you can't see that shit's wrong, you're part of the problem. But anywho, if you see your family vloggers moving out of California, just know they're doing it so they don't have to protect their kids' future. The Sunday morning conversation that went sideways. But do you just keep that to yourself? Do you not tell people that? You are financially helping people that are absolutely uprooting their lives in order to be able to screw their kids in the future. I feel like you have to tell people that. Maybe it's just me.